Tonight, Blazers star Damian Lillard marching hand in hand with thousands in Portland as the city continues to speak out for justice and change following the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. It is 11 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Giannola.
And I'm Jennifer Hoff. So Lillard and a lot of other people have since left that peaceful protest from down at the waterfront. But hundreds of people are now downtown at the Justice Center. That's where our Jennifer Dowling is, live tonight on the 7th night of protest.
Good evening, Jeff and Jennifer. I hope you can hear me because it's pretty loud out here. Right now, we hear police on the megaphone telling people to stop tampering with the fence. Like many nights before, we have a huge crowd gathered here at the Justice Center. I'm going to clear out of the way so you can take a look at it for yourself. We have hundreds of people here, maybe even that have gathered here tonight. The deputy police chief talked about the crowd sizes today. He said that when this all started, there were 15,000 protesters they estimated that had come out. Well, we've seen the numbers drop. Tuesday night it was around 10,000 and last night around 8,000. Still enormous crowds, but thinning out just a little bit since the initial beginning of these protests. Tonight, the crowd seems pretty agitated early on. We don't hear the chants for peaceful protests like we heard last night from the crowd. But we also know that some of those peaceful protesters have finished up their protest at the waterfront and are going across the bridge back to the east side where they had started that at Revolution Hall on Southeast Stark and Southeast 13. And a lot of these folks here in this crowd, just to be sure to say this, are peaceful. It's just a few people that always want to test the boundaries, test the fences as is happening right now, and some people will throw projectiles. That's not the bulk of the group, but that's what we saw about a half hour ago. We saw a couple water bottles sailing through the air, and police began to announce that objects were being thrown at officers. They asked the crowd to stop doing that, telling them that they would deploy riot control agents, is what they call them, and we know that's those less lethal rounds, which can include anything from rubber bullets to gas. We learned today that the police here use CS gas. They said it's not exactly like tear gas, but they do use that to clear people out. They have also expanded their fencing down here and security. There's new lights up, which was new a couple days ago, and there's some new fence now around a parking garage toward Jefferson and Southwest 2nd and 3rd. So we're continuing to monitor it, but we want to show you a scene from earlier in the afternoon when we were following those peaceful protesters from the southeast side, from Revolution Hall. They marched all the way over there from Revolution Hall, all the way over the Morrison Bridge. They stopped there, gave some speeches, chanted Black Lives Matter. Damian Lillard was in that crowd, which was pretty impressive. They marched all the way down to the Waterfront Park, just like they did yesterday. They stopped at the bowl, and they had some speeches there. People were able to talk about how they felt, what this movement meant to them, the Black Lives Matter movement, in light of George Floyd's death, and what they hoped for the future as far as social change and social justice for minorities and underrepresented groups. We also heard today from a trans speaker at the Rose City Justice rally that started at Revolution Hall. They said they wanted to make sure they were inclusive. And I want to have you take a listen to some folks we talked to who are handing out refreshments at the protest march near the Morrison Bridge. They explained why they were out this afternoon. Take a listen.
We've been walking the last 7 days, and we thought we'd take a little break, but still wanted to be part of it as much as possible.
We're feeding people because you can't fight the police on an empty stomach.
I've never seen such a massive amount of people in one place under the same ideal. You know, it's. I mean, yesterday I think might have been the biggest number. It must have been like 8, 10, 12,000. I can't keep up when it gets to that big of a number. But I know that when we took up the entire bridge yesterday, I still couldn't see any piece of the road going down when I was on top of the truck. So, I mean, it's a very impressive number of people, to be sure.
And that was the organizer from Rose City Justice talking about that peaceful protest on the southeast side. We also want to talk about what's happening here at the Justice Center. There's a lot of liaison officers, and they wear a little bit different uniform than the regular officers who are out here in the crowd. Those liaison officers are corresponding with people at the fence line, trying to talk to them about what they'd like to see as far as change. And we talked to Deputy Chief Chris Davis this afternoon. He said Those liaison officers need to be identifiable as liaison officers. They're in a different uniform. Their objective is to interact with the crowd, and their goals are to find out what the crowd's objective is and to encourage organizers of the protest groups to separate anybody who shows up trying to use that as a place for criminal acts. Now that's what Deputy Chief Chris Davis said this morning. So they're deploying those liaison officers to try to calm the crowd. We have seen them having some decent conversations with some of the protesters, so that tactic seems to be working to some extent. And the crowd here, again tonight, was pretty riled up. I think from the 10 o'clock hour to the 11 o'clock hour, it's now simmered down a little bit. We don't hear police saying that they're going to deploy riot control agents anymore. It seems like the tensions have de-escalated at this time. But we know that this could turn into something explosive at any moment, so we'll keep an eye on it and we'll keep you posted. Back to you, Jeff and Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer Dowling live for us down at the Justice Center, and like she said, we'll of course be switching back if things change. Thanks, Jen.